Now, who's leading the war on Christmas? You know it's Bill O'Reilly. Now, he was a little hurt that Megyn Kelly grabbed that spotlight with that whole white Santa thing. So before we tell you about the casualties that this war has created, let's go to the chief architect of this war, Bill O'Reilly. Now, what I love about this is he's going to come in to straighten out this whole white Santa stuff. Now, see if he presents any facts. This is so much fun.
In this case, Ms. Kelly is correct. Santa was a white person. Does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. The spirit of Santa transcends all racial boundaries. It's a spirit based on generosity, kindness to children, and magical moments. But for those who despise the Fox News channel, there's nothing magical about anything we do here. Again, a little history. When we first started up more than 17 years ago, the mainstream media was dismissive, believing CNN and MSNBC would crush us. They were wrong. When that became apparent, the liberal media attacked and continues to do so today. Because they cannot defeat us on the media battlefield, the far left seeks to demonize Fox News as a right-wing propaganda machine and a racist enterprise. That's why Miss Megyn got headlines about a Santa Claus remark that was totally harmless.
There's so many things I love in that. First of all, I made the mistake. After all these years, when I read the headline, Bill O'Reilly says Santa's white, I watched the clip thinking that he was actually going to present some sort of evidence, that he was going to say, hey, St. Nicholas is Mediterranean, and so that counts as white. No. He just went in there. He's like, all right, so first, Santa's white. Now we're moving on. Okay. And remember, Megyn Kelly said, oh, I was just kidding. He wasn't kidding there, right? He's just, that's a historical. Then he said, on to other historical facts. Wait, which one was the first historical fact? That's awesome. Second of all, the reason Bill O'Reilly jumps into this, number one, he's the leader of the war on Christmas. He can't have one of his lieutenants, outshining him on this. Number two, this is exactly his hot buttons. He loves to get his audience all riled up on cultural issues, where you don't need facts, where people act based on emotion. They're like, oh my God, can you believe they said Santa isn't white? God damn it, I know Santa's white. I love Bill O'Reilly. He defends the folks. Okay, and second of all, he gets to play victim. Oh, poor Fox News. Just because we declared the obvious fact that Santa is white. By the way, for Christ's sake, okay, Santa is not even Christian. It's a made up, he doesn't exist. That's point number one. Please, stop pretending he's real. Second of all, nobody cares about the actual St. Nicholas. It's made up totally for capitalism, which you can celebrate, but don't pretend it's some sort of holy Christian thing. Remember when Jesus ran into Santa? That was like when MLK ran into Malcolm X. It was an amazing moment in history. Okay. And St. Nicholas existed like 350 years after Jesus Christ. This has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with the war on Christmas. Anyway, but the bottom line is he gets to play victim on this, saying, can you believe they've attacked Fox News? Because they're playing all these racial games. You guys started the reindeer games. You love the reindeer games. You jump in it. All right, now, on a somewhat related note, about the issue of Thanksgiving and the Last Supper, some Muslims got together in New York. They're from the Islamic Center at NYU, and they decided to take a picture when they were having Thanksgiving dinner together. It was Fatima Ali who put this dinner together, and then the picture was taken by Atif Atik. And it, of course, replicates the Last Supper. It has a couple of differences. One, everybody in it is Muslim. Two, there's a lot of women in it. Right. So here was the reaction at Fox News. Okay, I love that they did that, because if there was a Last Supper, fine, women wouldn't have been historically accurate, but the skin shade of the guys at that supper would certainly have been far more accurate than Da Vinci's or anybody else's depiction of what we've seen before, which was basically a European Last Supper, which is not historically accurate. So, and hey, look, Muslims were there celebrating all of the faith-based groups, which is what they say. So it's a celebration of Christmas as well. And by the way, for those ignorant folks that don't know, Islam actually celebrates Christianity, believes in Jesus Christ. They believe the Quran is the third book after the Old Testament and the New Testament. So now finally we turn to the casualties here on the war on Christmas. And That apparently is the person you're looking at there in that graphic. It's Christina Vindiola. Why? She was outside of a Wal Mart collecting money for the Salvation Army. Well, that sounds like a lovely thing to do, right? And she was saying happy holidays to everybody. Wait a minute! Did she just say happy holidays? Well, a woman comes up to her and punches her for not saying Merry Christmas. Let me quote Christina here. The lady looked at me. I thought she was going to put money in the kettle. She came up to me and said, "Do you believe in God?" And she says, "You're supposed to say Merry Christmas." And that's when she hit me. And then she goes on to say, she should have just been happy I said happy holidays, but I got hit because I didn't say Merry Christmas. And so it begins. So look, this is a minor incident, and the police actually checked the videotape, and they didn't think there was enough evidence to arrest the person who did the hitting. So apparently it was not a vicious hit, and it looks like Christina's okay. She got hit in the arm. Now, an assault is an assault, by the way, so I understand that. I'm not trying to downplay it either, okay? But look, you rile people up with propaganda about how Santa's white and the liberals are trying to take Santa away and they got a war on Christmas. And anybody who says happy holidays, by the way, when you break down holidays, the reason we say holidays is because it's the holy days, which is also religious, okay? Well, they're actually against God and the baby Jesus. You rile them up, and then someone who's trying to do what Jesus would have done, raise money to help the poor and the needy, gets punched because she didn't say Merry Christmas. Instead, she said Happy Holidays. Well, I mean, for Fox News, that's mission accomplished.